Marcus always played the clown. Even during Ms. Chin's biology lecture on cellular respiration, when she asked for questions, his hand shot up with that familiar glint in his eye. If mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell, he announced, does that make them the cell's sugar daddy? The classroom exploded. My best friend, Riley, nearly toppled sideways. Ms. Chun shook her head, fighting a smile as she told Marcus to focus. I'm Tyler, and I've been watching Marcus long enough to see what others missed. Behind the comedy routine, the endless stream of jokes designed to bury his incomplete homework, something was fracturing. His smile looked painted on, brittle as old glass. During lunch, I sat with Jenna and Kai at our usual spot. Across the cafeteria, Marcus balanced spoons on his nose while a crowd gathered around him. Kai said Marcus never stops. I muttered that maybe that was his problem. When Jenna pressed me, I waved it off. In chemistry that afternoon, Professor Ward assigned semester partners. I got paired with Derek, the silent genius. Marcus got stuck with Blake, the iron-willed student council president who treated his 4.0 like a sacred text. Blake's protest echoed through the lab. This won't work. He treats everything like a joke. Professor Ward cut him off. Partnerships aren't negotiable. Marcus laughed, promising he'd try not to blow anything up, but he couldn't guarantee success. The class roared. Blake looked murderous. The next morning, Professor Ward announced a pop quiz. After the collective groan, Marcus asked if it meant he could take her to homecoming. She ignored him and distributed the papers. 10 minutes in, I glanced over. Marcus stared at his blank sheet, pinned motionless. Then he stood abruptly. I can't do this today. His voice cracked, not performing now, just breaking. Professor Ward told him to sit. Marcus shook his head and walked out. She followed while the room erupted in whispers. 3 days later, during lab presentations, Blake stood alone at the front. When Professor Ward asked about his partner, Blake explained Marcus hadn't shown up all week, so he completed everything himself. Someone behind me muttered that this was classic Marcus behavior. The following Monday, Marcus returned. Subdued at first, but by lunch he was back on stage, juggling jokes in the cafeteria like nothing had happened. I overheard Jenna telling Kai that Marcus's father had been arrested for fraud. Their house was on the line. In chemistry, Professor Ward outlined the midterm project, 30% of our final grade. Marcus's hand shot up. His voice projected loudness, but his eyes stayed flat and dead. Is it 30%? He asked, his voice splintering mid-sentence. Because that's how much of my dad's money the feds get to keep? The room went vacuum silent. Marcus's face froze as he realized what he'd just confessed to everyone. Professor Ward quietly asked him to stay after class. Blake turned around, voice carrying. Is that why your dad got arrested? Tax evasion. Marcus's jaw tightened. It's not. It's complicated. Blake scoffed. Right. He made mistakes. Marcus said, defensive now, but he's not some criminal. The company set him up. Professor Ward shut it down, redirecting everyone to their work. After class, I waited outside. Marcus emerged looking hollowed out, all the light drained from him. You okay? He laughed. Empty, mechanical. Nothing like accidentally announcing your family's collapse to 30 witnesses. The next day, Blake cornered Marcus before chemistry. Loud enough for everyone to hear. He mentioned seeing articles online. How the news called Marcus's father a thief who'd stolen from his own company. Marcus stood fast. You don't know what you're talking about. Blake pushed harder. The articles said employees might lose their pensions. Regular people. Is that what your dad did? Marcus lunged. Derek and I threw ourselves between them. Professor Ward sent both to the office. They returned separately. Marcus looked destroyed. At lunch, Marcus sat alone. I joined him. People are talking, I said. He shrugged, pushing food around his tray. Let them. Why do you do it? The jokes, the performance, all of it. He looked up. The mask slipped for just a second. It's easier to make them laugh than let them see what's really going on. What is going on? My dad tried saving the company. Made bad choices. Now we're losing everything. The house, our name, all of it. He paused. The jokes aren't because I don't care. They're how I survive everyone watching me fall apart. The cafeteria noise faded around us. For the first time, I saw Marcus without the armor, and it was the most terrifying thing I'd witnessed all year.